I think
Yep.
we're live.
I think we're live.
Yep, it says live in the right corner. It says stop crop broadcast. I think we're good. Okay.
I
think we're live.
think we're live. I guess I better mute the YouTube.
Yeah, let's mute that. I'm a noob. That happens when TJ leads this. You know what's going to happen. So,
Yes. Hey, everyone.
What is everyone doing tonight? That's my first question. What are you doing, John?
Lamenting that I did not buy some primer before I left work yesterday. It's like I've been working on miniatures all day today, but I took it as a day of rest to work on my army list, take 2 or 3 naps, and had some ramen. Went to a ramen place.
Oh, nice. What ramen place?
Jinyu. Yeah.
That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, some really good ones.
Really just kind of goofed off today, and it's a shame because I've got 22 models to paint before I leave for Vegas.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. LVO's coming up, huh?
Yeah, I got I think I'm leaving on Wednesday before.
Are you driving?
Yeah, I'm driving. Looks like Clint might be joining me. And we're going to drive to Albuquerque, meet up with the store owner of the Ed Games and Hobbies in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Cool. And from there, we'll hop on up and do Vegas. We'll be there early Thursday afternoon through Sunday.
Awesome.
But I get not a lot of time to paint. I think I mentioned before, I was trying to do, I might even show pictures of that white armor paint job. And man, I tried it and the guy wasn't wrong. You need to put about 30 hours into, I'd say between 25, 30 hours in each model. So I've scrapped that paint scheme. Now I'm testing out a new one that's making black armor kind of look metallic and a little glossy. I'm trying not to make it look like black armor. I want it to, all the shiny bits will be purple. So it's going to be like, depending on how you're looking at the armor, it's going to either be black or kind of a dark purple.
Ooh, that sounds
good. It's a little bit easier technique. It's pretty much using the white paint technique or the white armor, except I don't have to do the layers of white, and it's a little bit more forgiving.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
We'll see. We'll see.
I am so confused right now.
Why?
For LVO, point decreases, all this other nifty stuff that's going on, mission changes, and I'm back painting Space Marines because I don't know what I want to paint. So I got that 500 store model. I painted him up. I put that on my Instagram feed. And I got 2 of those random box Marines, and I painted those up too because you always have more Marines. And then after that, I had some Hellblasters sitting over there, and I was like, well, you know what? I could either use them for my Dark Angels army or my Obsidian Knights. And so I posted on Instagram last night, and it's about 60% people said I should paint my own Space Marine chapter. So primed them all up just about 5 minutes ago. So I'm gonna
awesome.
get started on those. And then, I was thinking about LVO. I was thinking about, okay, got 2 months now. 2 months, and I got to go play in a 6-game tournament against some of the top players in the world. I'm like, what do I want to do? And I'm back to the square one to where I have no effing clue.
Oh, I know that feeling.
I can play my Space Marines, who I did okay with last year. I did use Gilliman. This year, I don't think I need to use Gilliman because I think I may just play him as the Imperial Fists, just to kind of throw off anyone who may be doing that whole willy-nilly thing of, oh, I got cover first round. Okay, I don't really care.
Yeah.
So, and then I got my famous friendly list that I like to play, which is Grey Knights and Adeptus Custodes, but Grey Knights points drop, which is good. And then I have the AdMech list I've been playing that I've been doing pretty well in with. It's just, I don't know what I want to play. Unless my good buddy John's going to bring my army, then, you know, if I can drop off my army with him, then I could probably play the AdMech. But we'll see what's going to happen.
Well, I am driving, so I will be able to transport your army.
And another, I'd like to give John a big shout out because he drove up to the Warhammer Citadel and got me some cool pins, some limited edition pins. And I think I'm number 17 out of 1,000, so I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
They're up on my desk at work, so I can totally dork out when I look at them. So.
Nice.
So I do appreciate that. So let's see who's on tonight. So we've heard from Hugh Tex, 1973. So maybe someone born in Houston, Texas in 1973 would be my guess. Tyler's on, of course. 12 Neff has said hi. Yep, Tyler. So LVO is, it's in Jan. It's kind of like the first weekend in February. So, you know, it's January, February.
Yeah.
What Tyler said, I had a Space Marine bike army I bought used cheap show ups in the mail yesterday. I hear the bikes. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I haven't seen the Space Marine point list really on everything for the Space Marine yet. I've seen kind of the other stuff because Blood of Kittens dropped most of the leaks and I've seen most of his stuff. So I just haven't seen seen really what happens to Space Marines. I can speculate. Well, you really can't speculate because Space Wolves and Dark Angels have their own flavors of bikes, not just normal Space Marine bikes. So,
I mean, I'll tell you, I can tell I'm really disconnected now with Space Marines, which I've said before on the show that I've done. I went back and recalculated between all my own and the paint commissions. It's almost it's around 2.5 chapters worth of Marines now, and I have walked away from Marines now after my last Raven Guard list, and I didn't normally when I see this or any FAQ or chapter proof coming out, man, I'd get all excited. Let's take a look, see what happened to Space Marines. I just realized after you said that, I have no idea what changes have happened to Space Marines. I feel a little ashamed that I haven't been paying attention.
I mean, the weird thing is when I look at the lists and everything, especially on the Space Marine, like speculation points and what I have seen, does it look like Predators dropped, which I like playing with Predators. I love Dreadnoughts, and they've all dropped in point cost by at least, on average, 30 to 40 points sometimes on the base cost of a Dreadnought. So got like 5 Dreadnoughts. So I could throw out some Dreadnoughts and Predators and just walk across the battlefield and just shoot you and blast you and just see what happens. So it's really weird, man. It's just with all the point drops, it kind of opened up some stuff that I think that's really what I've seen on Chapter Approved that really is making me excited. It seems like they dropped a lot of point values on those units you don't want to take because they're not cost effective. Right. They're dropping points now. You're kind of like, oh, that's actually not bad to take now. It's still real. It wasn't as good and it wasn't efficient, but now it could be efficient. So I don't know, man. Guys, so what do y'all think? I'll have to put this out there, but I mean, y'all think AdMech, Grey Knights and Custodes, or Space Marines? Because I think no matter which 3 armies I play, I'm going to have fun playing all 3 of my armies. So not too worried about that. It's just, I just don't know what to do.
Well, I tell you why they're deliberating on this, and then we start getting comments on what you should run. You said AdMech or Grey Knights and Custodes or your Space Marines, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you guys let's help TJ out and figure out what he wants.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just, I mean, they're all nicely painted, so I don't have to worry about that. You know, I could, if it's my AdMech or if it's AdMech, then I got to work on a board.
Right.
But my Grey Knights, I could put a board together. I mean, I can do a board for each one of them. So I just don't know. It's just cool.
Yeah. You know, I got a chance to play. I haven't played since Alamo GT, by the way, back in May.
Whoa.
Was it May, April?
Yeah, it's May.
I played Clint's Orcs over the weekend because I figure when I go to LVO, the 3 lists that I think I'm going to see a lot of is Dark Eldar, Orcs, and either Tyranids or probably some Grey Knights with all the smiting going on, or their version of smite.
Oh, nice.
So I figured I wanted to play orcs right at the bat. So I used my Adeptus Custodes with Scions.
Yep.
I realized I hate Scions. I already took them out of the list after one game. I can already tell that they are not going to work with what I've got.
Really? Okay.
I would have to field a lot more Scions than what I'm comfortable with.
Okay.
So my new list, but I am very, very happy with how the Adeptus Custodes performed. They can take a beating. I mean, it came down. Clint and I tied. He was going to win the game until this last minute run with one Guardian, Adeptus Guardian guy, and I ran, captured an objective, and Clint's Rocket Boys, man, they were on point the entire game. They were just decimating my guys.
Oh, God.
And I didn't pay attention. I ran my guy to the center of the board, took the center objective. I was like, yeah, I got this. I forgot that Clint had another turn, and he fired almost 10 Rocket Boys at me. I survived, but and ended up tying the game. But I'm just like, I realized that I wasted a lot of points with Scions, and I learned a lot just from that one game. So I'm definitely going full steam ahead with Custodes. I know you're looking at doing a combination, but
yeah,
I'm going to go with Custodes, Gilliman, and a crap ton of Eversor Assassins.
Eversors.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes. Yeah. I played against Eversors, and they do, even in the friendly, I mean, just because, but Eversor Assassins do throw a huge mix into that army, because you're like, oh, yeah, well, I don't got to worry about crap. And then turn 2, you have like 2 or 3 Eversors pop up, and you're like,
oh, crap.
Yeah, and they get in close combat with something, they're going to kill it or tie it up for like 3 or 4 turns.
Well, yeah, and that's I'm looking at, since this army needs to get, it's a foot slogging army since I'm doing the fun tournament.
Yeah.
And I kind of realized I need something to blunt their momentum.
Yeah.
And that's where Eversor Assassins are going to be perfect. And then I can run everybody across the field, Gilliman, the banner, use the stratagem. Colin McDavid was telling me about using the stratagem, run up there with the banner, turn 2. Yep. You can deep strike in your Terminators close by.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of little tactics I hadn't thought about. So I'm excited about it. I can see how it's all going to work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Custodes they're a fun army, and with Gilliman, the rock of all rocks, it just sits there and takes a beating and keeps on kicking. It's going to be brutal. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to like throw away Gilliman and take his number 2, the new lieutenant of Marnius Calgar?
Oh, I thought about it, but I would have to run is he a Lord of War?
No, I think he's just an HQ.
Oh, then no. I would have to run a detachment because I'm using power level.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so I would have to. I'm betting Calgar's probably 8 or 9.
Yeah,
maybe 8.
I think he's like 11 or something.
Oh, well, then that makes it even worse.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to fit that many Marines in there, so I'm gonna stick with this, and it helps fit the theme because the majority of the Custodes are going to be the honor guard for Gilliman.
Okay.
In that narrative, and then I'm going to be having a shield captain. I don't know how many people know this with Adeptus Custodes, but as they get older or they get injured really bad, they have to leave. They don't have to leave, but they choose to leave.
Yep.
Turn in their armor because we're now 1/10 of a second slower on our reflexes or whatever. And so they go out into the universe without all their gear and basically being spies, assassins, that sort of thing. So I've got a shield captain I'm customizing without the armor of a custode, and he's going to be having his operatives, these assassins, which will count as Eversor Assassins.
Oh, nice.
So basically the theme will be he's sending his guys out there to blunt the advancing invasion or whatever, why he's calling in for yeah, so a little bit of themes working in there. I think it'll be good.
I like it. So, by chance, is he going to be kind of naked, like on the Emperor had text to speech kind of guys, those kind of ones, or are we looking more like he's proper?
Well, right now, my current mock-up, he's got armor and some robes on, hood and everything.
Okay.
I'll reveal it in the very near future. I'm still trying to find a miniature who has the upper torso that's big enough to either fit on the custode lower leg, or at the very least, the lower legs of a Primaris Marine.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get my hands on right now just a single unbuilt, unpainted. What do those guys call werewolf guys? Wolfen.
Okay.
I think if I can get my hands on a Wolfen, I can do some. I'll have to do a lot of conversion work on getting rid of the hairy arms and all that kind of stuff. I think though that their build is just right, the upper body. So I just need to get my hands on the right one and give it a try. That'll be my last ditch effort. If not, I'll go with my current concept.
Oh, that's interesting. Now you're gonna make me go look at Wolfen and see what they look like.
I think their body size is the right height. There is a Khorne character, I forget, the Blood Priest or whatever. He's got like a ball and chain. And he
right size. Yeah, he's about right size. I got an extra one of those.
Yeah, he's the right size. However, the conversion work, the cutting and chopping I would have to do on him is just beyond more than what I want to invest in a time.
Yeah, he's got a real sexy body, so he's got those muscles.
The biggest issue is this right shoulder. He's got that big armor plate. I might still be able to use him, but every head that I try to put on the body just doesn't come out looking right. So I'm going to go with the Wolfen right now, see what I can do with that.
Yeah, I could see. There's that one Wolfen. I think you could do some with the Wolfen. But if you need one of those Khorne guys, let me know. I got an extra one.
Okay.
I have 3 of them.
Jeez.
I have one painted, and then the other 2 are just here.
Okay. Yeah, I might give it one more try because I butchered this other one and trying to convert them up.
Because that is a wickedly cool model.
Yeah.
That is wickedly cool.
But luckily right now, I've got plenty of time. I've got to sit and paint about 20, I don't know, 15, a lot of models. 22 total. I think it's like 15 or 16 custodes. So I've got time to think about it.
Yeah, it does give you some time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, 2+ everything, John. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want a 2+ save and then a 3+ invulnerable?
And I think I'm doing all right by not doing what a lot of people do and take crap tons of bikes, bike captains, trying to do my best to avoid being the typical custode player.
Yeah, because I like the bikes too, but I think they're just as good running as normal bikes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Oh man, John, that. Oh my God, I can't wait to see it painted.
Yeah, I can't wait to get it painted.
Oh man, I can't believe. Sorry, Just Nor just asked, and I'm like, no, you didn't miss the stream. You just been on for a little while. So Tyler says AdMech would be cool, and then he also says, ooh, maybe a detachment of each. AdMech, Grey Knights, and Custodes.
Ooh.
I think it's going to hit hard enough.
Yeah, AdMech could be a good add-in to either one of those, but both the Grey Knights, even with the Grey Knight point reduction and the Custodes point reduction, you're still...
Yeah, it's still too high.
Yeah, I mean, once you start eating up those points, or you have to include less and less Custodes or less and less Grey Knights, you're really impacting their effectiveness.
Yeah. I mean, I should also mention in my AdMech list, I have I have 700 points of Knights too, so.
Okay.
So I'm running some big bad knights too as well. So forgot to mention that, guys. But yeah, I'm running knights. So I'm running an errant and then two armigers. So
That's brutal.
yeah, and then I have my list is pretty. I don't know, man. I'll go through the AdMech list real quick and what y'all think, because so I've got an errant, thermal cannon. Gave him the Thunderstrike Gauntlet, which I replaced with I think it's a Paragon Gauntlet or one of those, the one that not a negative to hit and everything. He's got a Melt-A-Gun, and then he's also got the Ironstorm Missile Pod, just for the fact I need since I don't need line of sight, so that's good. And then the two Warglaives are Warglaives, thermal spears, chains rippers, and then I gave Melt-A-Guns. So those three, the knight moves 12. And then I can, I've got some Terran stuff that I can use to advance them and still charge and do all that other crazy stuff I really wanted to. And then the Warglaives move 14. So they move pretty much around all the board. And then for the AdMech, it's, going cheap on HQs because the Dominus went down by, I think, like 20 points. So I got a Dominus, and the Engine Seer didn't go down. And then for elites, I have a Cybernetic Datasmith. And I'm going with 3 basic troops. I got 2 units of Rangers with the sniper rifle. The Arbalest went down on points. It actually went down 10 points for that sniper rifle, which is pretty brutal because it's 60 inches, strength 7, negative 2 AP, and does D3 wounds. So probably the best sniper rifle in the game, and then went down on points. So
nice.
I'm sorry about that. And then I got the normal standard. I could put 4 of the chicken walkers with the taser lances. And since I'm playing Stygies and nothing changed on Stygies, they can move across the battlefield. They get that free 9-inch move, and then after that they have a 10-inch move. So pretty much I'm charging first turn on pretty much any deployment zone unless they deploy really, really far back, which is not probably going to be good in most of the LVO missions because you don't want a castle.
Yeah.
And then I threw in 2 of the Iron Striders, which are the ones with the guns. I gave one an autocannon, the other's got a las cannon. And those are kind of like the guys in the back that no one really messes with until I play the stratagem that gives you a +2 to hit. So I've got a las cannon hitting on 2s, even if I move, so it kind of negates a lot of the, a lot of the negative to hit stuff,
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I put in 2 Dune Crawlers. I was able to get 2 Dune Crawlers in this list. And one is just got an Eradication Beamer, which is nothing special. It gets better as it gets closer. The damage goes up from D. It goes up if it's within, I think, 24 inches or something, or no, 18 inches or something. It goes up to D6 and -4, strength 8. And then the other one I gave it the Icarus Array, because I need something to hit down flyers a little better. And I put it cast on the robots that are just loaded up with the heavy phosphorus blasters. So normal with 2 of them, that's 18 normal heavy phosphorus blast shots. But then if I change the protocol and make them stand still, depending on the mission, then all of a sudden I'm up to 36 shots with 2 of them.
Okay.
And it's strength 6, -1. -1 damage, right? But the thing is it ignores cover too. Okay. So it's a troop killer to the max. So I don't know. To me that list is just, it gets kind of staticky. So that's what I'm scared of. It just gets staticky.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about with the custos. Is like, I'm not going to be static, but I'm moving slow. I mean, 6 inches is nothing to, bad, or it's not bad, but I miss the fast armies.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And the good thing about it is I feel like it covers a lot of the bases in an army you want. You want to make sure that you have things that can do multiple things. I've got, things that can shoot flyers, things that can, do all that stuff. I've got a lot of firepower for horde. I've got my units are multifunctional, the knights are pretty multifunctional. They can shoot and take out big things like tanks and everything. Then they can charge in and finish them off. So I've got a good assault element. So I feel like it's kind of a well-balanced list, but I just, any of those tournaments, it always depends on matchup and who you play against.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, especially with there's going to be what they bump it up to 800,
600. Oh yeah, like 720 people, right, or something.
So I mean, it's an insane amount. I mean, obviously you don't have to play all 700 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that mix right there. I mean, I would say you're definitely going to be playing at least one list with knights.
Yep. And I feel like that I have, in that list, if I think about knights, right, I've got 2 knights. So they're knights, I mean, if they take out my knights, that still leaves me a lot of firepower, and I can take out a knight. And those chicken walkers on the charge, they're strength 8. So the chicken walkers on the charge is strength 8. And then I throw the thing to give them a +2 to hit. So I proc, I Tesla proc basically on a 4-up. And so normally when that happens, when I get the full 4 in to charge, that's only 12 attacks, but usually hitting on 2s.
Right.
And then procking on 4s. Normally I wind up with 22 to 24 actual hits.
Oh, that explains. We have I don't know if he's come out to Atomic yet, but he's been out to Eden and Fat Ogre.
Yeah.
A young man named Philip. He's running 9 of those Chocobo. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
I talked to, when I was talking to Delta and Arrington, they were telling me about that guy. He's got 9 of them. I'm like, that's a lot.
And then he's procking on 4 with, okay. So now I understand how all those attacks are happening.
Yeah. Yeah. It's basically Tesla, right? Tesla, you roll a 6, right? You get 2 hits or something, right? Except this one, you give it you spend a point on the stratagem. Next thing you know, that you're procking on 4s.
Yeah.
And you're hitting on 2s, and so it's pretty much like, oh, half your hits are going. You're going to fail 10, and then the other 5 are going to proc.
Yeah.
So that's 20 hits on average, basically.
Yeah.
Strength 8, -1 AP and 2 damage.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. Okay. So like it just depends on what you hit the first round, and then after that, it's an immediate threat because, the knights are there. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a threat-based list, so it's multiple threats coming at you. Okay. The state threat approach, because in LVO you need. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not sure if like turn 1 charge is going to. I'm just not sure. First turn is always huge with Alpha Strike.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, like with those, I could literally, if I want to spend 2 command points, so then I'd be a -1 to hit and +1 cover on all my AdMech. That's huge,
Well, what might end up being a good idea is look at all like the top tier armies right now.
Yeah.
Orcs, Dark Eldar, and anything with knights.
Yeah, anything with knights or Eldari, right?
Yeah, and Yunari and Eldari. So look at those 4 as top lists and just start coming up with. I mean, this is something I'm thinking about doing. Is having basically, I'm playing an orc army. Okay, let me pull out my strategy card to make sure that I'm going to be doing. So I have a sequence of events that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just because I forget stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm thinking about, you're playing, Horde Tyranids. Okay, I got something for this.
Yep.
Okay, so use these, don't use these. And obviously it's not foolproof, but at least, there's a lot of armies and there's lots of variations of the armies. So it's hard to keep track of everything. So that's why I'm basically just going to come up with those different strategy cards and pull it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that totally makes sense, man. Depending on what you're fighting, right? Hey, I'm fighting a horde army. What should I look forward to? What should I castle? What should I screen with?
Is anybody that's on right now, or are any of you guys going to LVO in February? Anybody?
It's a good question. If anyone's going to LVO, that's an interesting question.
Yeah, I wonder how many other people are going.
Well, Tyler asked a good question.
Yeah.
About moving towards new missions. I know I've heard kind of the reviews basically on some of the missions, and they seem very very more balanced army types. So there's no really tabling. So if you table them, you still have to finish out playing the turns to make sure that you can still win the game, even if you table someone. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but I think that these missions, because I'm pretty sure the guys at Frontline Gaming and a lot of the top level tournament players probably play tested a lot of these stuff. Would be my guess.
Yeah.
I think that they probably play test these missions and probably pretty much liked them. So my guess is we could possibly see something like that, more leaning towards more tournament style based games. I think that I don't think we'll really see Maelstrom missions, with the cards.
Yeah.
I think the cards add too much randomness to a tournament to really see who's the best player, because you have 6 times 6, you have 36 cards you go through.
Yeah.
And that kind of tosses a lot up unless you have a steady draw each game and it doesn't fluctuate or something. But maybe you could do that as a tertiary or something, not really the primary or the secondary.
Well, in regards to those missions,
yeah,
I don't think they'll use those missions specific, because if you look, they use their own style missions to promote as much balance as possible.
Yeah.
And even though GW's got some great missions, even those new ones coming out, they're not necessarily, they might not necessarily be ideal for a balanced, like a very neutral tournament stance.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there's always going to be some scenario that's going to favor this army a little bit more than this army or that army. But I think they will maybe look at making some adjustments to the tournament season for next year. Maybe, hopefully, especially if any of you guys are watching, maybe add a few more of those secondary missions, because right now we need a few more. Maybe like 2, maybe even just 2 or 3 more, but I don't think they'll go straight book missions.
Yeah.
These championship missions that they've got are what help set them apart from GW and from other organizations or tournaments and everything. So I think they're going to stay the same.
Yeah. And plus, I think the missions that they have are really balanced.
Yes.
And so, I mean, it's really simple. It's like, so you can go around and grab objectives all day and win, on Maelstrom missions and do that kind of stuff. But when you actually have to get in there and kill something, then you have to hold an objective. You have to really focus in on a more balanced army. And the secondary objectives really they're pretty well grouped right now to where you can any army, you can almost pick 3 really good secondary objectives and kind of finish it off.
Yeah.
You
can use those and those secondary missions. I mean, the primary missions they're really generic. They're not, they don't really favor our Army A or Army B. As those secondary missions that you get to customize that really make it balanced, because you can take these 3 that really favor you, and I'm going to take those 3 because they favor me. And then it really comes down to, if you set all that secondary and primary missions off to the side, who's the better player, who made the better list.
Yep. Yeah, because I think with the primary and LVO, that each time you have objectives out there, they're set out very equally on the board. So no matter what kind of deployment you're going to get from the book missions, the deployment, you're going to get a very fair board control. Like, y'all both get about the same kind of board control. And the terrain is very neutral, because it's all square boxes. It's no like, oh, well, this one's got, especially at ITC, I mean, especially at LVO, it's not like, oh, well, this table, it's got this is a forest one where there's a whole bunch of line blocking terrain, and this is a hill one, there's not much of anything. It's very
right.
Try to have most of the same terrain on each board, which is, big building in the middle, some L-shaped buildings to block line of sight, so it's I don't know. I think the way they do LVO is very, it really comes down to the players who can design a better list. They can go out and control objectives and kill units, and then on top of that, get those secondary points too. So
And I think that's why they do so well.
Yeah.
They keep it so balanced. I mean, yeah, there's always slight balance issues, but they keep it very neutral. And that's why their event is so large, so popular. I don't know if it's the largest in the world. I mean, I know ETC's their big ETC tournament's pretty big, but I don't think it's as big as this.
Yep.
London GT is about a quarter of this, maybe a third of the size, based on this.
Last year got 400 or something.
Yeah. So, I mean, and this one, I think LVO gets around, I want to say 2,000 players total, because they also run Horus Heresy and Age of Sigmar, all that kind of stuff. So, I think that's why they stick to this format. They don't do their own FAQ anymore. They don't use GW specific missions. They really keep it, kind of just flat and normal, I guess.
Yeah. So no, but the new missions in Chapter Approved, I think, are great. It's from what I've heard, on the couple of the podcasts I listened to, as well as reviews. They said what makes, I think, the new missions good, and I think that's why Tyler brought it up, is for the fact that the new book missions are it basically gives you a whole new way to play Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, very smart, GW. Very smart to include those.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's what's good about, you got the big rule book that came out, and everyone's like, okay, cool, we played those missions for a year. And we're like, okay, I'm kind of tired of playing these missions. And then you're like, Chapter Approved, we brought out new missions, and you're like, oh, these are so cool. And then now it's a new set of missions, And I think I play a little more. I may play a little less than the average player, but through the course of my year, I probably play 20 to 30 games. And so most likely I'm going to play those missions once or twice. And, after you play a mission once or twice, you're kind of like, oh, that was cool. And then it's time for new missions, So, but no, I think GW with that book. And then I heard that, I also heard in the book that they have all the points from the last chapter approved and everything in there kind of too. So you don't really have to, like, if you're going to a tournament, you don't have to bring chapter approved 17. You just take 18. It's got everything you need.
Brilliant.
So I heard that, and I was like, oh, thank God. Because, I already, like, you're always carrying around a couple codexes, gotta get the FAQs. And then, I always print out the FAQs for every army I play when I go there, just to look at it and make sure I don't. So I don't know, man. I think GW is just doing a really, really good job right now in the way they're formatting this. And I think getting a lot of the player community and everyone involved that can test a lot of stuff is amazing.
Yeah,
I do love the initiative rules in that book. Okay, if they made it so that both CAs are hard, then that is a nice. Yeah.
One more thing about those missions, Tyler. I think at LVO you will see those maybe the book missions. Excuse me, for 2020, not for this year, but not in the championship. You're going to see it in the friendly, the doubles, the narrative. You'll see those new scenarios probably in there. It's probably not the championship, but who knows? We'll find out in probably March, or no, they'll sometime right after LVO, they'll post up the new missions.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's usually what they do. I mean, they got to finish out the season with what the new missions would be,
Yeah.
So, but man, but still, I mean, like chapter approved. I mean, John, I know you're a fluff player like me.
Mm-hmm.
I just so wish that the character creation wasn't for just open play.
I know. Oh,
I mean, I have a custom Space Marine chapter. I want to have my own captain or something, my own chapter master. But it's, if I build a chapter master or something like that, then I have to build it, but I can't give it cool stuff or have like fluff behind it. I can have it in my mind, but on the tabletop, it's not going to quite be there.
Yeah, I get why it's not in match play, but man, I feel like it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah. I honestly think, they point out characters all the time, these massive characters like Calgar and all this other stuff. They have those points included in there, and when they put them together. I mean, they could so put in there like, oh, You want to make him a chapter master. Well, that's an extra 10 points, you know?
Yeah.
If you want to give him feel no pain, you know, that's better. So that's a 6-point upgrade, you know?
I don't think it should be an issue with, I mean, it's just basically issuing them war gear.
Yeah.
So like you said, you know, make them a chief librarian, cost 25 points. Make them chapter master, 20 points.
Yep.
You know, you can only take one of those upgrades, and then you go down to the next category. You can take one of these, and then take, you know, just treat it like war gear and add it to your character.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool. And like, you know, maybe put a stipulation in there. You can't use it on already established book armies, you know, like Ultramarines.
Right.
Or, you know, it's got to be like specifically like created your own, like you have your own Renegade chapter or something like that.
Yeah,
know?
Exactly.
I mean, I really think they could do it because, I mean, you know, it's like a normal power sword is 4 points, right? So a mastercrafted one would be what, 6 points or something, you know?
Yeah.
That's basically what I have. He's got a mastercrafted power sword, you know, or something like that.
And you don't have to get crazy with these bonuses that you're buying. You're just minor, really just kind of like little boosts. You know, you might not get a guy up to, you know, the Super Saiyan Marnius Calgar level, or his new level, but at least you can boost him up enough to where, okay, this guy is really specific. He's not just a generic chapter master.
I mean, even Marinus Calgar, I mean, I know he's like Marinus Calgar, the leader, you know, well, now lieutenant of the Ultramarines, because Gilliman's back. But I mean, really, when you think about it, like, I mean, Imperial Fists don't have a chapter master out there, you know? I'm pretty sure if you put those two head to head, the chapter master for the Imperial Fist versus Marinus Calgar, it's going to be a pretty close, damn even battle, you know? So, I mean, you know, it's one of those things. I mean, like, there's 1,000 Space Marine chapters out there. All their chapter masters are in charge of their chapter. They're pretty much a badass.
Yeah.
And if they're not, then something's wrong with your chapter. I mean, it's not no Cato Sicarius, you know, the greatest warrior ever. But, you know, they're pretty good. You know, he is the greatest warrior ever. According to GW Fluff, I wish they just have Earl of Interest out there instead, you know, so we could see the chapter of the 4th.
Yeah, you're of interest.
Yep,
that'd be awesome.
Wish we'd have him out there because he's a badass, unlike that Cato Sicarius.
Nobody cares about Cato Sicarius.
Yeah, I know. He's lost because he's a loser. God, man, whenever I see that, I think of you watch If the Emperor Had Text to Speech, right?
Every once in a while.
Yeah, but like when he pops in, he's like, "I'm Cato Sicarius," and I just every time I see that dude, I'm like, "I'm Cato Sicarius."
You know, I ended up not liking him because the way he, and this is really a fanboy thing, but how he was written to, how he was treating Ventress, Uriel Ventress in the Space Marine. I was like, oh God, Sicarius, you're a dick.
I know.
You are the worst. Screw you. And then when we get the text to text to speech. Yeah, I was like, now I really hate you, Sicarius. I know that's not your voice, but you're definitely the worst.
Yeah. But I think it's funny though, because like when you do read those books, the Ultramarine books, you're like, Earl of Interest is like, he's such a good character. And then Cato Sicarius is like, well, you shouldn't have blah, 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 because I know, because I'm going to be the next chapter master. And you're just kind of like, yeah, what happens if you were fighting a Necron god? You'd be like, oh,
yeah,
I'm going to chop him up.
Yep. Oh, well. Man. Oh, hey, I was reading something, I don't know if you saw it in Chapter Approved. It doesn't really apply to us because we play good guys. The trader knights are getting a pretty sizable addition inside of the Chapter Approved.
I did not see that. What are they getting?
And not really a codex, but an index, kind of like an index. Well, they're not getting a whole lot of new stuff, but it's just now officially they have the Dominus rules, or the two different Dominus class knights are in there. The Helverins, they are getting almost everything that the knights get stratagem wise. they're getting a bunch of upgrades there. And the Lance formation, where you get the +6 command points, all that kind of stuff. They're getting a couple of their own special warlord traits and stuff. So they're getting a nice big boost.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What the hell did that dude just post in chat? Musical goat dad ? You talking to you?
I don't know. If I have a son out there, then hi, son.
My daughter should be asleep, so it's not my kids. So
okay.
Okay.
But yeah, that was the other thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yes, it is my child.
Besides all that kind of stuff that's happening with the chapter approved, I saw that what's it called? Wrath and Rapture? Is that it? Rapture, right?
Are we talking about the new Slanesh stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Wrath and Rapture box is coming out in not this coming weekend. It'll go on pre-order this weekend, but it comes out the next week. And it looks like, if I calculate it right, math says $118 for the box. I think it'll be between $120 and $130.
Yep.
Or very well could be $115, but definitely over $100, under $150, and you're definitely getting a good saving. I would say, I think I was kind of calculating probably about a 47% savings on that. So that's something. That's a box splitter right there, and you're getting 4 new units.
Yep. Because the Flesh Hounds apparently have new, I guess in chapter approved, they have new rules for the Flesh Hounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 3-headed dog, I'm not going to want to pronounce his name because I'm going to screw it up. Yeah, that's it. And he's got new rules. So, I mean, you get a unit of Blood Crushers and the half unit of Blood Crushers, and then the corn stuff. I mean, that's 29. Blood Crushers are 100 for 6, so that's $50. You figure both characters are 35. So yeah, you're getting about $200 worth of models, would be my guess, in that box.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
I don't know, man. I just, if I have Corn Demons, so I needed a new unit of Bloodletters, right? I have 5 Flesh Hounds. I mean, what's 5 more? That's always good, right? And
especially if Karnak ends up being like a boss. I mean, imagine if we have no clue about rules and everything yet, but imagine him having some sort of buff, a little aura buff for Flesh Hounds in range of him.
Like maybe assault and charge or something. Maybe you can advance and then charge him, and then it's supposed to be like the bane of psychers. So maybe he's got a +2 or something on like to deny the witch, and he can deny like 2 or 3 powers or something. So it's just like this big negating like what are those? Calyx Assassins or something?
Yeah, maybe like for all Flesh Hounds, or even just Corn Demons within like 6 inches, give them +1 advance, +1 charge. Like a mini Gilliman buff type thing. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's the model looking that awesome. I'm really thinking that he's gonna give some sort of buff.
Yeah. And then the Slanesh models, I mean, who knows what the Fiends of Slanesh are going to get, with new rules or something. I don't know, man. It's an amazing, beautiful box set.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to buy it.
Price point.
Yeah. You like Slanesh, right, John? You seem like more of a Slanesh kind of guy.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to split that box set.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny. Mordax Dust said, the best part of Wrath and Rapture is the old models will cost less on eBay. That is true. The Musical Goat. Yes, we are talking about a game called Warhammer 40,000, and the company that produces is Games Workshop.
Yep.
Dude, did you see all the point? I know you've kind of, did you see all the point decreases for all the greater demons? Yeah, like Bloodletters dropped like 40. The Bloodthirsters dropped like 40. The Keeper of Secrets is down to like 90 or 100 points.
Oh, that's
So
why I've had a few people in the team chat were like, I'm thinking about switching over to the Keeper's Secrets. And like, why?
yeah, I mean, no, the point drops were tremendous on the demon stuff. So I think, it's, and, really like Nurgle stuff, like the unit wise, Nurgle didn't really get a lot of point decreases because Nurgle is kind of your top level right now when it comes to demons. Like if you're like, oh, I want to play demons, oh, you're playing Nurgle, It's not, oh, I'm going to play Slanesh or Zinch or, Khorne, So I think that's kind of interesting that a lot of the upper units got, big point decreases, because, I mean, a Bloodthirster, before when you put it on the battlefield, it was, oh, you have a Bloodthirster. Okay, I'll just shoot that and kill it.
Yeah.
So now I think it's like, oh, I have a Bloodthirster. Oh, with the point decrease, now I have another unit of Bloodletters. So if you want to shoot the Bloodthirster, that's fine. But now I've got 30 Bloodletters running at you instead of, the 10 I would normally have. So.
Or people are, instead of running their 9 demon princes, now it's like, well, with these point reductions, maybe I can fit in 2 or 3 bloodthirsters at, instead of running 9 demon princes, because they're much more point efficient than the old version. Maybe we'll start seeing more greater demons, which is terrifying to think about. Greater demons are kind of hard to kill by themselves. There'll be about one out there, though. One round of selective targeting, you're probably going to wipe them off the board. But you got 2 or 3 bloodthirsters or keeper of secrets on the board, and it's like, crap, I'm going to be able to take out 1, maybe 2 before it gets to my line, and now I'm screwed.
Yep, it's very true. And then I don't know, man. I've been thinking about it, and I've listened to some of the podcasts and stuff on the new Sisters of Battle, the beta codex.
Oof, oh boy. I'm glad I'm sitting.
I think we may see some Dark Horse Sisters of Battle armies out there.
Yes.
Because some of those stratagems sound disgusting. They have a stratagem, I think it's 2 command points or 1 command point. Mm-hmm. So where you can make your Stormbolters -2 and 2 damage.
Yep, I saw that.
That's disgusting.
That's horrible. That's horrifying.
I mean, because I think you can, the most I think in a unit of that you can fit in a unit of sisters is 5 Stormbolters. Think on the Dominion squad or something like that.
The Dominion squad, yeah.
Because all of them can take Stormbolters, and then you take up to 4, and then your sergeant, or I don't know what the hell it is, but
Sister Superior.
Yeah, Sister Superior, I guess the squad leader, right? So then you have that, and then they have all the acts of faith and stuff that you give them. I think to buff them too, like a +1 to hit. Or I'm just like, dear God, that's 20 Stormbolter shots, -2.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s, or if you get a +1 to hit, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, and then you still may not be wounded, but still, I mean, like, I don't know, man. I think we may see Sisters of Battle out there, like just maybe just kind of mess up some of the meta, to be honest with you, because there's a lot of Sisters of Battle players out there.
There are, and there's going to be a lot of. I used to call them bandwagoners. I know that's the popular term, but really, at the end of the day, you're not really a bandwagoner. You're just buying your army, what you want to play with, so whatever. You'll see a lot. I think you'll see a lot more players that are not used to the list, won't have enough time playing, so they're not going to do too great. But it's going to be those guys, like you said, the ones that already have those Sisters of Battle list. They're going to be really good with these, and they can basically thread the needle. They're going to really disrupt. They're really going to disrupt the meta. They're really going to I think a lot of top contenders going into Vegas. People that we would think, oh, they're going to be top 8. I would suspect that the 2 armies that are going to screw them up, Sisters and Orcs. That's where we're going to see a lot of players knocked out of that top 8.
Yeah, that is true, because Sisters, to be honest with you, I think it's just a monkey wrench. And then Orcs are just, the thing about Orcs is I think there's so many good builds out there.
Yeah.
So you can't just be like, oh, okay, so I'm going to play Ynnari okay, I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I'm getting, Dark Reapers. They went up in points. You may not see them, but
Yeah.
I'm going to see maybe, you
Shiny
kind of know what you're going to be fighting.
Yeah.
You're going to fight something to where they're going to use the chick to make something shoot twice or something like that. So they need some heavy firepower or something going on with the units.
Yeah.
Going to be real cagey. So I think with Unari, you're kind of going to see that. And then with Dark Eldar, Dark Eldar, you know what you're going to see. I think Dark Eldar is all about threat. So you're going to have, I think in every Dark Eldar list that you're going to see, you're going to have 3 Ravagers because they're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have, you're going to either have a lot of Raiders. I mean, not Raiders, but a lot of Venoms running around the table. And then you need something that's got some staying power. So Grotesques, Taloses, you kind of know what you're going to see with Dark Eldar.
Yeah.
And, they didn't get a point decrease or anything. They really didn't get touched that much because they're a top tier army right now. So, yeah, I don't know who's not going to be. I mean, like, I will probably pick up like at least 3 squads of sisters and some random stuff just so I can be like, look, here's my Imperium force and I have sisters in it just because I want sisters, I'll probably paint them up purple just for the giggles too.
Yeah.
Because I love painting purple. But I don't know, man. I think with just this chapter approved, just the drastic point decreases, just basically I think like the last year of 40K just went down the toilet. Like I think like playing wise, the last year of 40K, you can kind of throw all that out and be like, okay, I need to rethink about what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I think Orcs was the turning point.
Yep.
And then now we got the chapter approved leagues, and we're days away from chapter approved. And it's, man, I tell you, the meta is going to shift huge. And right before LVO, a month and a half, so people are only going to have maybe 5 to 6 weeks to practice, and it's gonna be crazy. But I'm happy. I like when the meta shifts like that. It's gonna make a lot of people salty that their top tier armies that they've had for most of the past year is now about to shift. Yep. But it's also nice to see a shift in power. 6th and 7th edition, man, we saw only certain armies were always like, oh God, he's got that army. He's already got the win. I'm just going to be playing for 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah.
And
the other thing, John, I think that's also going to throw a monkey wrench in this, which my guess will be released probably the 1st or 2nd week of January. Gene Stealer Colts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And if they drop them a month before, they'll be at LVO.
Well, I think LVO, I don't think they're operating on that 30-day policy that a lot of people, a lot of other GTs and tournaments like to operate on.
Yeah.
I certainly don't. 1 week might be a little too much, but 2 weeks I think is a good amount of time.
Oh yeah.
To do it. Heck, even GW when they hold their Warhammer World Grand Tournaments and stuff, it's just as long as it's not coming out that weekend of the event, you can use it.
Yeah. So I mean, when you really think about it, they just had Heat 3 for their final, to get in the finals.
Yep.
And when you think about it, that's just Heat 3. And, I think over there, they're probably thinking the same thing we are over here in the US with all the top players that, this chapter approved book just shifted the meta completely on what people thought it was going to be. So I don't know, man. I'm just enjoying. I just can't wait till Saturday when I go drive and pick up my chapter approved book.
Yeah. I open on Friday, and so I'll be there when it comes in. Yeah. And I'm just like, I can't wait for my break on Friday afternoon. Wait for my employee to come in so I can take a break and then crack that book open.
And it's not even the chapter approved book I want to look at either. It's Villages.
Yeah.
Just because I want to see the new rules for I really want to see the new rules for what is it called? I want to see the new rules, the new formations.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see what those can do. I don't think the units that are in those formations are groundbreaking.
No.
I don't think they're overpowered units. It's just, well, we need something to get these back on the table because they're not seeing the table right now. So it's just it's really, really, to be honest with you, it's really, really crazy. So I can't wait to see what the changes are, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same.
So,
And I think that's what's good about this book and the chapter approved. What's it called? Defiance or Defiant? Vigilus Defiant.
Defiant or something?
Yeah, Vigilus Defiant, the Imperium Nihilus. Yeah. And then a chapter approved. Somebody mentioned it to me the other day, or I might have said it to them, is that a lot of the units that are getting a lot of adjustments between the two books probably are not the best sellers. If you're looking at, go over to Blood of Kittens and check out the top tournament lists and GTs, and you probably won't see a lot of these units on those lists. And it's probably in GW, they're not dumb. That they don't pay attention to the tournament list, because as much as we think that that's a tournament company, people really need to understand the tournament players are the minority, vocal minority, but they are the minority of players and customers. But if GW is going to notice well, we're not selling Wraith Knights. What happened? Because last edition, man, we were selling Wraith Knights like we couldn't keep them on the shelves. And the same thing with a variety of units. So I think that's why they realize, well, crap, we're not selling a lot of this stuff. Why aren't we selling it? Oh, we overcosted it. It's not very point efficient. That's why you see all these adjustments. So in a way, some people are right that it's a way for them to sell product, which they are a company, but it's also a way for them to go, we might have made a mistake. We need to adjust points to make them a little bit more viable. So it's a win-win for them.
I mean, I'm going to give you a little food for thought right here, John.
Okay.
So remember how Centaurians were huge last edition, right?
Yeah.
They went up to 80 points a piece, right? Totally cost ineffective now, right?
Definitely.
Especially compared to in chapter approved.
Oh God, 40 points.
Yes. They were.
Oh, are you serious? Oh, wow. Well, when you compare them to the new Primaris ones, the aggressors.
Yeah.
Why do I want to take the baby care or the baby suits when I can take the aggressors? But man, 40 points a pop.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's huge.
Wow. That's for either variation?
That's the base cost.
Oh, wow.
And remember, Twin Labs went down to 40 points too.
Oh, so fielding those guys with like crack missiles and Twin Las arms. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So now it's 80 points a pop per guy. That's not too shabby.
No, it's not. So I'm just going to give you this. So I play Imperial Fists, and I was thinking about doing this, and now my interest got piqued even more. So they're 40 points apiece. So 3 of them is 120 points, right?
Okay.
Hurricane Bolters, I can put those in the chest, which are basically, so Hurricane Bolters are now 10 points.
Ooh.
So right there, I'm looking at 150 for all 3, right?
Right.
And then Twin Heavy Bolters are 17. So I can give them Twin Heavy Bolters, each one, right? So now we're up to 150. So 150, 180.
51.
201 points, right? For a unit of 3.
Right.
So you think about it, that's within 12 inches.
Mm-hmm.
That is now 36 bolter shots.
Correct.
And 18 heavy bolter shots.
Right.
So, and then I'd throw that's a lot of shots.
Yeah.
200 points. And then, drop pods drop down to 65 points as well.
That's huge. Wait, can they go in drop pods?
Yes, they can.
I thought they couldn't.
No, Centaurians, they count as 3 in the drop pod.
Oh, God.
If I remember correctly, let me look at it real quick, because I don't think it's changed since last edition.
Wow. I was just now thinking, like, man, it'd be great just to hold a back objective, because you can always Auspex scan. Those people are like, well, I'm going to go ahead and
never mind, drop pods. They took it out.
Darn.
Still, man, if
And
that was still there, that'd been nice. Or maybe with the new wonderful decrease in land raiders, put them in a land raider and have 3 of them get out.
Well, still, even if you, like I was saying, if you have them parked in your backfield, that's long range fire support. And if somebody, especially those orcs or the Dark Eldar with their White Boy portal, the orcs, what's that psychic power? The jump?
Yeah, the jump. Yeah.
You know, and it's like, well, now I got a mob of 30 boys in my backfield. Well, I'm going to use Auspex scan and shoot my Centurions at you.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, that's a drastic point reduction really when it comes to Space Marine stuff. So
50% markdown. Jesus.
Yeah. Because let's face it, they were not on the field much.
No.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know, man. But that's the thing about it. There's just so many different variations and units that you wouldn't take again. And now you're looking and you're like, oh, I may take that.
Yeah.
Pulsars went down to 185 points. I know I'm killing you over there, John, because your Space Marine bug's itching.
Yeah, it really is. I've got when I was going through Narnia, which for those watching, some of my friends, whenever they come over, my pantry in the kitchen, which should have food in it, it's called Narnia because it's full of Games Workshop and other variety miniature game products, top to bottom. And I was looking through there and I was like, oh, look, I just found another 20 intercessors and another box of 5 Hellblasters. I was like, oh man, I could do some stuff. Nope. Put them away. I don't need them. Like, I got to stick to custodes. I got to finish this. And I am going to tell you, I'm going to hold off on Marines for a little bit longer. So I am going to jump on these Sisters of Battle when they do come out.
Yeah.
My first army ever back in 1989 was Harlequins. I dabbled in regular Eldar around 2nd edition, but when Sisters of Battle came out that first time, man, I went knee deep in, and I loved them ever since. Even the dark times, the good times, whatever. Unfortunately, I've had to sell them off because when I was younger, I would waste too much money buying miniatures and not paying bills. So, but now I got a big boy job, and I can afford to do it. And as long as the models look good, but based on you and I've talked before about how the Age of Sigmar, the new Age of Sigmar models, the female ones are looking fantastic. If they follow that path, yeah, I'm gonna get right back in it.
Oh yeah,
that'll be my second army. I'm still working on my project with the 1,000 Suns, but man, it's exciting times.
It really is. Oh, and you know, Dreadnoughts both of them dropped by like 10 points too.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Kevin, just got back in doing a full Grey Knights army.
Yeah.
He got must have been a really older Grey Knights army because it's got a little mix of plastic and metal.
Okay.
He has a whole bunch of Terminators painted up in that ghostly color.
Oh yeah, was it Mordrak?
Mordrak, yeah. So I was like, man, you don't even have to paint over them. Just leave them like that. Run them as paladins or whatever. It doesn't matter, man. Nobody's gonna care.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, he was telling me Dreadnoughts drop down points. Should I get Dreadnoughts? It's like, yeah, you should probably get a couple Dreadnoughts with las cannons and missile launchers, astral aim those suckers, and yeah.
There's nothing worse than having a venerable Dreadnought for Grey Knights, right? A venerable Dreadnought in cover where no one can see it, and having it armed with a twin las cannon and missile launcher.
Yeah.
Because it ain't moving. You're hitting on 2s, and guess what? I don't need line of sight to see you.
Nope.
And it counts both ways. So you're like, oh, this unit I'm going to put here behind cover.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap because I don't need line of sight to see you. I can shoot, 48 inches all the way around the table, and I'm just going to shoot you because I've done that with my venerable Dreadnought.
Yeah.
And people do not like that.
Oh, I've been on the receiving end of that. I don't like it.
Yeah, you're like, what do you mean you're going to shoot me with a las cannon? Yeah, I'm going to shoot that guy with a las cannon. You can't see me. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I faced a guy, local guy, Sean. I don't want to give out last names, but he plays Grey Knights, and I went up against him, and I was like, the first time I ever played him, when he first came in and started playing in Houston,
Yeah.
I stomped him pretty good. And this next time around, when I played him about this time last year, man, he just beat the crap out of me with it. He just kept getting better and better over the years.
Oh
And
man.
that astral aiming stuff, man, screw that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was a little mad, a little upset.
It's a good thing you can only cast that one psychic power once a turn.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you imagine if like you could cast like, you know, when 8th first started and you can cast it multiple times?
Yeah.
You might have like 3 or 4, like 3 dreadnoughts hidden and be like, okay,
yeah.
Here comes 12 last cannon. Here comes 6 last cannon shots at you and through 3 crack missiles, and you can't see me.
Yep. I'm going to park them right inside the building with a roof. Yeah. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I'm going to park them on the 2nd floor so you can't assault me.
Oh, God.
But yeah, no. Yeah. And then on top of that, I looked at, see, the Redemptor Dreadnought went down like 35 points. Because it was 140, now it's 105.
I'm really excited. I don't think we'll see the battlefield flooded with repulsor tanks, but I'm really excited. They dropped like 30 some odd points.
John, your army, man.
I know. Repulsors. I mean, that right there is almost 100 points back in my pocket.
Yes.
If I was to run 3 of those, and that 100 points is a lot. I'm really thinking it, man. That 3 repulsor tanks. I mean, it's a dumb army, but 3 repulsor tanks is nothing. I mean, one you see one repulsor tank is like, who cares? I'll blow it up in 1 turn. Well, trying to blow up 3 in 1 turn, that's damn near impossible.
You know what? That's like an anti-meta army against horde armies.
Oh yeah. Oh
the
yeah.
amount of firepower those repulsors put out, if you just gear them like you're like, okay, I'll give them the last cannon just for I can have a last cannon shot. And then you give them the rest as all the onslaught cannons and all the other shit.
Yep.
It's like, oh yeah, that's 8 shots, strength 6, -1. Okay.
Like, oh, okay. You've got green tide orcs. You got 120 orcs and Gretchen out there. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, you got some Gretchen. Oh yeah. Yep. I'll kill your Gretchen with my first round of shooting from this repulsor, and now we're going to the second one.
Yep.
What do you got in those repulsors? I don't know. Aggressor Marines?
Basically just run 2 spearheads.
Yeah.
Or a spearhead.
Yeah.
But back to Grey Knights, I don't think they're gonna be top table, but I think we're gonna start seeing them move up from their low mid tier up to top of the mid tier, maybe even bottom of the high tier player tables. This point reduction is what a lot of players were waiting for.
I'm scared. There's some good Grey Knight players out there who have been doing semi good, like kind of middle ranks with the Grey Knights.
Mm-hmm.
Give this point reduction. I don't know if they may be able to take it back up.
Yeah. Oh, I think we're definitely going to see them. I would almost speculate they have a top 32, right? Or does this go straight to top 8 on day 1 or day 3?
Oh, it goes to top 16.
Oh, top 16.
Yeah, because it goes 6. It goes 16, so that's 8 games, right? 4 games in the final, right?
Okay, so it's top 16. So yeah, on day 3, I truly believe we'll see at least one Grey Knight list.
Or was it top 8? Was it top 10? No, it's top 10, right?
It's top 8.
Yeah, it's top 8. You're right. Because the first game is they have the semifinals. No, hold on. Quarterfinals. No, hold on. Because 8 people, that's going to be 4 games, right?
Oh, you know what? It's after the first 6 games. It cuts right to the top 8.
Yeah, it cuts right to the top 8. So yeah, because you get 4 games, then down to 2 games, and then down to the final game. Yep.
And that's why they had figured, I think 72 player or 720 players or whatever was the cutoff for them to have the right percentage of games to get the top 8.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be crazy, man. It's
That's
all
gonna
gonna
be
be crazy.
yeah. Ugh,
Good God. Just in general, man. I think just chapter approved, all this other books that are coming out. I think that GW's like, hey, biggest tournament in the world. We're gonna throw a monkey wrench and everything and just wind y'all up and just let y'all go.
You know, and I'm looking forward to it this year. And I know I won't be able to be on Warhammer TV because I don't think they film the friendly tournament games. They're only going to film the championship games. But man, I'm really hoping they'll come by and like videotape Army, and I can sit there and be all super fanboy and geek out and everything.
Yeah. Dude, I ain't gonna lie, John, man. You just need to bring it out on that first day on that Friday morning, set it out there and let everyone judge it.
Pretty much. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have like signs around you. We'll get the whole Houston team together and be like, "This is the best army." Have y'all guys seen this army? This army right here, best painted. Yeah, that's it right there, buds. So we'll definitely, yeah. So I can't wait, because I'm gonna get there Thursday, and I'm really debating on buying tickets right now to go see a show on Thursday night.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Well, it depends. I like dance stuff, so I really want to see the Jabberwockies. So,
oh yeah.
So tickets are a little expensive, but I really want to see it. So I may buy the tickets. I just don't know. I may just be like by myself and they're watching the Jabberwockies. Like, they're like, "Where's TJ at? He's watching the Jabberwockies." Yeah, leave me alone.
Yeah, I have to like really pay attention to what I spend this year. I mean, I've got the GoFundMe page up, and that's helping. Money's starting to trickle in.
Yeah, I need to go on there and give some money for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I know you already got your room and everything taken care of, right?
Yeah. Got room taken care of. And I'll be splitting drive time, gas, and everything. And think about some way. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna break the bank or anything, or I'm not gonna go there destitute. And I'm overcompensating.
Yeah, probably.
I'm doing like $100 some odd a day for food.
Yeah.
Little more than what I probably need to worry about, but
it's okay, because with your car, we're gonna be like, "Hey, John, let's go grab some. We're gonna go to the liquor store and grab beer and stuff."
Yeah.
So do that. Maybe grab some food too. I was really debating on whether like this year. Probably shouldn't say this, but I was thinking about bringing food in with me, but I'm probably not going to, so I don't have to buy the high price crap that they serve you there. So maybe hide some food like sandwiches or something.
I mean, if I accidentally have a sandwich in my backpack,
I don't know how that would get there.
Weird. Who put that there? You little scamp.
Which is like what I hate, man. Like they check your bag and they're like, won't even let me if I was going to bring this and just fill it up in there, they wouldn't let me do it.
Oh, really?
Which is, because they're like, "Oh, it's got stuff in it." I'm just like, "No, it doesn't." So I'm going to try it this year.
No, they checked your bag?
Yeah. Well, they didn't check it. I had a bottle of water on the side of it, and they're like, "Stop." So, I was just like, just water, man.
Okay. Yeah, they didn't check my bag or anything.
They didn't, yeah. Well, I look very highly suspicious.
Well, yeah.
Really, 6'2" guy named Tyrone looks a little suspicious.
Well, and I mean, they look at me like, "Oh, bald white guy, middle age. You're good.
You're good." Wear my hoodie and walk around and say I'm Tyrone and see what happens. So oh God! But no, like seriously, yeah.
I think I might be jumping on your idea there. I think I might take a cooler, not to LVO, but take a cooler with me.
Yeah.
My bread, and I can make a sandwich every day. That way, I'm, like you said, not spending $4 on a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, we have to go to Ellis Island though. It's right off the main strip, but that's that place where it's like the big tall beers for $2.50.
Okay.
36-ounce steak for like $20.
Yeah, let's do that. It
Yes.
sounds like Thursday would be a good day to do that because no tournament or anything.
I agree.
So, the other thing too is, just a heads up. I'm not sure where are you staying at.
Actually, it looks like we're actually staying in Bally's.
Oh, cool, cool. You're staying in Bally's. Well, I'm gonna stay over at I've got Hilton points and stuff, so I'm staying at the Hilton right next to Planet Hollywood, which is the Aria. No. Hold on.
Yeah, you're like,
Oh god, I don't know. It's a big Hilton, but I have a full kitchen too. Yeah, my suite has a full kitchen, so and it's furnished kitchen too. So like that's why I was like, man, I really want to kind of like go to the store or something, even if I have to Uber or something like that, or do something like that, where I go to the store real quick, pick up some groceries and some other stuff, so I can eat breakfast and everything before I head out every morning. And then that way I'm only really at night, because after I get done, at night I want to be like, yeah, it's time for us to go out and have some fun. So at night it'll be like, well, we're gonna go out and eat and stuff like that. So
do you guys still have that couch available, by the way?
yeah, I've been trying to figure out, because we all of pretty much FNP is going. Like Ski's gonna go,
Okay.
John's gonna go, apparently Ben's gonna go, Jonathan's going, I'm going, you're gonna go, Alan's gonna go. I know Alan and his wife are probably gonna stay at, and if Devin goes, they'll probably stay in their own place, and I know you're staying in your own place. And then I was talking to John, the other John, and John said he was going with his wife. So I think he's got a place. And I'm not sure if Ben, or like I need to ask everyone where they're staying at, because right now I have a one bedroom suite that's got a huge couch, and I've got a king size bed, right? So it's just, and right now all that I have confirmed staying in the room is 3 people.
Okay.
So, but like I'm like, well, if I need more room, then I can always add a little king size room to that room and make it a 2 bedroom,
Well, I was just thinking, because if I have Clint go,
Yeah.
or not if I have, but if Clint goes, he's either going to sleep on my floor, or he knows the guy that I'm going with. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, I could just put Clint in the room with him, and then if you guys still had a space available, I would jump over.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing, is I don't really know. I just got to get a confirmation, because I have points and stuff to buy another, like just like not another 1 bedroom, but more of just another suite room. So it's just it's a room. It's called like it's a normal suite. So it's just mini kitchen, and then a king size bed, and then a couch.
Okay. Well, yeah, well, we can.
I can easily sleep 2 to 3 people in there too. So.
All right. Well.
So I just need to get more confirmation, because I need to kind of book it and then put in the reservation that I want the 2 rooms either next to each other on the same floor.
So we're going to have the full, so everybody that's either just tuning in or like, what the heck are we talking about? Yeah. So looks like the entire FNP team, even the guys that you don't see on camera, are all going to be at Las Vegas Open this year. So probably getting a lot of video, walking around, getting stuff videotaped. So could be a good time, and maybe even live stream, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I want to do a live stream. I think it would be cool. I think a live stream, and I want to try to maybe work some magic. Maybe we get some interviews with some other YouTubers, for a little while. Maybe like a 30-minute live stream or something like that. So I think that'll be good. And I don't think we should have Clint do anything. He forgot about us and watched another video. So I think Clint, no, that's not cool, man.
Well,
but he is helping you drive, so I guess he's okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
I need to play a game against Clint before we go to LVO.
You really should. Because you'll either get a win or a tie. And it also gets you a practice game against a solid orc player.
Yeah.
And you really need to go against somebody that just has as many orcs as he has, just to at least give you an idea. It might not be like the guy that won that last major, his list, but you can see the shenanigans that are going to go on.
Yep. Yeah, and plus Clint, because Clint's been playing orcs since what, like 3rd edition or something? 2nd edition?
Probably since birth.
Yeah. I think he was born as an orc, and he just kind of, his skin turned from green to like normal color. And so I think that's probably what happened.
Probably.
He just
But
looks like Mark. He's like, oh, Warhammer Smash.
And before I get too carried away, besides us doing all the videos at LVO, we also got for everybody's watching. We also been batting around, maybe doing a studio every once in a while, like a studio thing where we all kind of sit around and do a live feed, like kind of like if you ever watch Sports Center or a newscast where you got us all sitting around live instead of bouncing around between different cameras. Something that we're kind of batting around an idea with, see how that goes. And some content video that I'll talk to you about afterwards, TJ, and see how you feel.
Yeah, I think like, I wouldn't, I think, I'm getting a little more free on the weekends now, so I wouldn't mind, I think it's kind of crazy because, this weekend is the 14th, right? And the next weekend is, I forgot, where's the tournament in Houston this weekend? Is Fat Ogre?
No, it should be Asgard. No.
Is it Asgard or
Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer, right? And then next week would be Atomic, right?
Yes, the 22nd.
Yeah. So
and
like
the 29th, we had to give up ours this last weekend, so Etten will be doing theirs on the 29th.
29th. Because like I'm really thinking about it, I'm like, so the 22nd at Atomic, I'm gonna be like, I have to go play in that tournament.
Yeah.
I really do, because like I need to get a practice game in. I need to either play my AdMech list or play the Grey Knight list or play my Space Marine list that I may come up with. But no matter what, I have to play a tournament-based army for that game. And then after that, it's January.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to play in at least. I know I'll make the Atomic one, but I want to try to get in another tournament, maybe at Etten or something like that.
You'll need to.
I need to get one more game in. Like at least that'll give me, if I can get that in between, that'll give me 9 practice games with my army.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need about 6 to 9 before you go.
So, and that doesn't include probably the ones we're going to film on the channel, at least, because I know Jonathan's going to want to play me with his army at least one time, so he can see my shenanigans and I can see his night shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else? I don't know if any. I mean, like, who knows? Maybe Alan gets his stuff done and Alan wants to get a practice game in, or maybe you just want to get a practice game in or something. So I mean, it's just so it's just kind of crazy. It's just so many games to get in.
I never realized that how valuable the practice games were. I mean, I read the rule books. I try to keep up on FAQs and everything. But I played that game with Clint this weekend, and I forgot some of the most basic rules. It's one thing to read over the stuff over and over again, but to actually sit down and play the game, it's like that practical application. It's very crucial. No matter, I've been doing this for like 30 years now, and I realize that maybe it's taken this long. Those practice games, that practical prac app is so necessary.
It's just crazy. And then we got some other good players in there. Oh yeah, Captain KU over here.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a really good Knight army. I've seen him play. So yeah, may get a game with him. See how my list holds up against Knights.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it'll be a thing. I mean, I think January I'm gonna have to go to the store like almost every weekend.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go on at least one day to get some games in, even if it's one game.
Yep, just one game. So, and then after that, it'll be nonstop 40K for me. I'll have that, and then at the end of March, I go over to Gibraltar. So it'll be like 2 big tournaments for me back to back, and then May should be Alamo, right?
Yeah, and then June is Dallas.
I thought they moved it up to April this year.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that whole thing.
Yeah, but then I'm going to Alamo this year. There's no way I'm missing Alamo GT this year.
Yeah, I'm going back to Alamo.
That's one of my favorite ones. And then after that in July, I mean, it's going to be the greatest tournament in Texas, maybe the whole world.
Warzone Houston.
Yeah, it'll be Warzone. So And this year I really want to. I just can you use some of your pull weight, with the Texas title, and talk to the guys up in Austin not to do it the weekend that school starts, so I can go up and play.
I can talk to them.
They probably already have it booked already. So, but I'm just like, it's such every year. It's like I'm like, daughter starts school the next day. I can't make it.
Sorry, man.
But maybe this year, because my daughter will be in first grade. It's not kindergarten. It's not quite a big thing. Then, as long as I leave right when the tournament ends, don't talk to anybody because I'm a dick like that, then then I'll just leave and I'll make it home on time. So we'll see.
Yeah, one of us that are there, Wargames Con, can claim the prize for you.
Yeah, of being the worst player there, because that's what I should do, is just bring bad ones. I have a blonde friend who we used to move the house furniture.
And yeah, poor Jimmy though.
Jimmy gonna go? Is he gonna be on?
I don't know. He says that his wife says he should go. To me, it sounds like a trap.
Didn't he just have a baby?
Yes, he did.
Ooh, that sounds like a trap. Or maybe the wife would be nice and like, you've been such a great husband and taking care of the kid. You need a little break.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she's like, next month she's like, oh, by the way, I'm going out with the girls for the weekend. See ya.
Yeah, he needs. I'll tell you what, Jimmy. If you think you don't have enough games in, I have played one game since April. Is that when April or May? That's Alamo.
Yeah, May's Alamo. Wow.
I know you've got more games than I do, buddy. But yeah, very trappy. Yeah, I think it's a trick, dude. She wants to buy something when I'm gone, probably. But yeah, I tell you, everyone, as we get closer to LVO, we'll probably start showing off a lot more miniatures and doing a lot more discussions on tactics and stuff. It'd be great if we could have a whole bunch of our viewers go with us. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's some of the funnest thing is, as much as I want to go and hang out with the guys from FNP, it's so much fun to go to these big tournaments and just meet all new interesting people.
Yeah,
because the best part about these tournaments is mostly everyone's there for one reason. They love 40K, which is amazing. So it's really cool to just meet all the cool people, and that's what I love about going to tournaments. I think that's the one thing that people never talk about in the aspect of going to tournaments is meeting new people that love the game just as much as you do, because they're paying money to come out and play the game, So I think that's the coolest part about. I think a lot of people miss that about the tournament scene. And I'll preach that forever. Is the camaraderie and stuff of walking around and talking to new people and lining up against, rolling dice with a guy who probably loves 40K just as much as you do.
Like last year, it was before I started. I was on, part of FNP.
Yeah.
I hung out with you guys because you guys made a great impression with me at the first Warzone.
Yeah.
And then you guys let me hang out with you, and then I got to hang out and meet the guys. Tabletop
tactics.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And it was such a good time. I got to hang out with my friends that I went there with, that I was rooming with and everything, playing with the normal Houston guys. But it was definitely great meeting these guys that are just as passionate about the hobby as I am.
Yep. I think that's the best part, because God, man, like the first guy I played he had an orc army, and it was amazing because he had like 3 of the helicopters from
the Chinortan.
Yeah, he had 3 of the helicopters, and I didn't know what the hell they did. I'd get grots piling at him, shooting the crap out of me. It helped that I had Gilliman because I walked through like a war boss, and Gazgul Thraka, and then his other weird boy or something, all in like a turn and a half. Because Gilliman's like a badass. So, but it was cool to play, and he was such a good guy. And the second game I had was a great guy, and then the third game I had to forfeit because we had that thing where we had to go and talk with Dave from Any Wargaming, Chris from Forge the Narrative, and then we had the is it the Wargamer girl, the girl up that does what's it called?
Yeah, I know what you're thinking about.
You know who I'm talking about, right? The Wargamer girl, she does she does the thing. The game was really big, and then everyone stopped playing it.
Yes.
War Machine.
Yes.
Yeah. Aha, yeah. And then I met her, and I met the guy who does two of the other. The guy from Tabletop Minions, Adam Smasher. That dude's amazing. Just a great guy. And we're all up there talking. But I felt so bad for my third opponent. Because I was like, yeah, I won my first 2 games. I was like, oh, third game, I'm going to win this game. And then I walked up to him, and I'm like, dude, man, I am so sorry. This is my channel. I have to go be here for this, so I'm going to give you the win. So I gave him, 40-0 win, And he was kind of like, I was just like, I am so sorry, man. I really wish I could have played you. Because he had an Imperial Guard, I don't really get to play Imperial Guard,
Yeah.
It was mainly a Imperial Guard list. It wasn't like a spam, it wasn't like a combination list. So I was like, oh, cool. And, I wanted to see how. And when I saw his army, I was like, oh, he had like a Shadow Sword or a Beyblade or something like that. And I was like, I so want to use Kill Shot in that and see what it does. But, and then my third and my fourth and fifth game were great. I played Necrons, and it's the amazing point of like every single game, you don't know what you're going to get, and you don't know what kind of game you're going to get and what cool things are going to happen. So.
It's worth going. Like Clint might not be able to participate in any of the games, but he just wants to go check it out. And it's like, yeah, just do it, man. Just go. I mean, first of all, it's Vegas.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be there for 3-4 days of watching 40K games. Hell, play Kill Team, go play Shadespire, play in any of the friendly tournaments. Just go and have fun, man.
And the thing is like, the first 3 days we're there. The first 2 days I'm going to be at the tournament. Friday and Saturday I'll be 40K and all day, right?
Yeah.
And then Sunday I like to go to the thing, and see all the stuff, because you don't really get to see the other games that are going on and seeing everything that's going on. And so, like, the first time I went, I did the Sunday Rogue Trader.
Oh yeah,
that was horrible.
I'll never do that again.
So drained. I was like this. I was like, oh, you're. Oh, okay. Yeah, go. Yeah, whatever you need to do, man.
Yeah. Oh, I was worn out, and I didn't realize it was single elimination. I was like, nope, this is not happening again. I'm too worn out.
Yeah.
And because I even got pissy after I found out it was single elimination. I was like, mother.
I know, it's like I brought my entire army, and if I lose the first game, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Because last year I didn't sign up for it. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Because the year before, the first time I went, I did. Yeah. And it was a 3-game Rogue Trader tournament.
Yeah.
So on top of that, I played another 3 games. I was just like.
And that's what I was down for. I was like, okay, I'll pay another $20 for another 3 games. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
No, single elimination. Yeah. That's what I'm kind of worried. Not worried about. I'm only playing 4 games, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. Perfect.
Like they're 3 or 3.5 hour games.
Yeah.
They give the friendly guys about another half. I think it's a half hour extra, so 3 hours. And then we got long breaks in between. But the guys I'm driving, or the guy I'm driving up with, I'm a little concerned because he wants to leave afternoon on Sunday, and I'm like, well, I'm going to be playing until such and such time, and then I'm staying for the awards. Yeah. So especially cross my fingers that either I get an award for any of the stuff that I'm involved in, or the miniatures and stuff I'm taking up for my friend who passed away.
Yeah.
Hopefully he wins like the painting contest or something.
Yep.
Yeah. I've got to stay.
Yeah. You have to.
Especially if I got people pitching in for Patreon. It's like, I'm staying, this, I don't know how this guy's going to react, but we're staying.
Yeah. Cause I mean, the other thing too is like, so what are you bringing up for Ron?
I'm going over next week to kind of go through some things. He's got a couple of choice pieces. I would love to take his Warlord Titan, but I'm be too afraid. We're going to be either doing a raffle for that or putting that up on eBay. He's got a pretty glorious looking Tyranid Hive Tyrant with wings, all customized, really gorgeous. And then he's got a Chaos Lord on Dragon from Age it's actually a dragon from Ultra Forge, but who's now Creature Caster.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a conversion of his, and it is mind-boggling. So those are right now the two big ones I want to take.
That's gonna be so cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish he was able to go last year. That'd have been even better.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, we after this, we'll send me the link. We'll put it on the FNP page.
Okay.
We need to get that up there. So it's for a good cause. I know, like, most of your stuff's already paid for and everything like that. So mainly it's just get more money so we can get the charity for his family. You know.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, we covered a lot of stuff tonight.
We did, man. And you know, I think, God, it's like, I remember last year during Christmas, there wasn't this much going on. I just feel like there's all kinds of good stuff going on this year. I mean, I think, man.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Maybe we just slow down just a little bit. I just want to catch up just a little bit.
The one thing I'm happy about is that to slow down on the releases.
Yeah.
You know, we're not doing like
3 codexes a week.
Yeah. Not 30 new miniature kits, no, Grandmaster edition of this or that. So I am happy about that.
I mean, because John, when you really think about it, in this past year, since last time at LVO, this past year, what they've released 8 or 9 codexes?
Mm-hmm. With the exception of well, we know the Tyranid or the Genestealer Codex is coming.
Yeah, but that's it. I mean, like, literally, we will within a year and a half, they've released they've released every single army with a new codex almost.
That, and before it was like one codex a quarter.
Yep.
Something like that. It was something insane. So their tempo right now, and that's probably that's what I was going to talk about earlier. Real quick, guys. I don't know if you saw the financials came out so far. GW is killing it financially. Enough that they basically took like £5 million and gave it out as gifts for their staff.
That's amazing. Yeah.
That is huge. Like, and enough where they're increasing production of. Sorry, I'm trying to do some fixes here. They're going to be like upping their production of miniature product and stuff over the next year, like by 5% or something like that. It's really, GW is in a very good place, guys. Because I've seen some report, a couple of YouTube videos where guys were like, "Oh, this is the death knell of GW." It's like, no, I don't think so. GW's in a very good place.
They really, really are, to be honest with you. They're in a really good place, and God, man, I wish they would have done this like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
They've done this like 5 years ago, dude. God. I've been so back. I mean, this hobby. I mean, hobby's great, so I'm excited.
Yeah, 5 years ago would have been great. I would have been getting 50% off product as an employee.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, it's been way more better.
It's here now. I'm gonna savor it.
Yep,
Just
it is here now.
Bad stuff happening. I understand not every army is not becoming a god army, but I'm still very happy with what's happening.
Yeah. I definitely think that this is a good time for the hobby, and I think every army I think with the point increase, I think every army kind of went just good. To be honest with you.
It really isn't a bad army. Even as people talking about Necrons not doing too hot, even with the point adjustments. Those point adjustments, they're going to make a difference. People just haven't seen it yet. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
kind of what you used
Necron army.
Uh-huh.
They're, I think with the point adjustment, they become, because I think they were kind of in that bottom level, you know, really.
Yeah.
They can be mid. And just depending on your matchup, you could be high too, you know?
Yeah.
I think what it does is it kind of balanced it out where, you know, a lot of their units that were too overpriced got fixed to where they should be and what they're actually utilized on the battlefield for. You know, so I don't know, man. It's crazy. Well, guys, I think it's time to cut this off for the night.
I agree.
Yep. That's true. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, I think GW needs to maybe fix their supply line to kind of make the prices a little more even across overseas.
Yeah. Especially considering that report I read earlier, they do 75% of their business overseas.
Yeah.
So, you know, show us a little love.
Yeah. There's got to be a better way for them, I guess, to get stuff to the countries that, you know, the ones that are always hit hardest by all the price hikes, like Australia, New Zealand, and those areas. There's got to be a way for them to fix that.
For the U.S. when it comes to Forge World?
We're in America. We're rich. We're good.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm joking. No, yeah, I know. That's how their weapons cost increase, but their base cost. So, yeah, that's Tyler did bring up a good point when it comes to the point cost and point decreases. That like you don't realize that how much the points have actually gone down per unit because you don't see a necessary unit cost decrease, but point decreases on the weapons themselves.
Oh, okay.
Are huge. Because you see some of the meltas and plasma, like the combi meltas and combi plasmas. So, like, let's say a melta gun was like 14 points. The combi melta went down to like 14 points.
Oh.
Because really, when you, like, that's what I never understood, like, why it would be like 17 points, you know? Because when you really think about it, a bolter is free. I'm just sticking a melta gun on top of it. So, I can understand why they kind of went that way too, so, which is good. Other than that, guys, yeah, that's probably true. Other than that, guys, man, I appreciate y'all watching tonight. It's just me and John. Jonathan is sick. He's been touched by the blessed gods of Nurgle once again. And so that poor dude, man, he's got a lot of night work to do. He's got to get like 4 more nights painted up before LVO, and he's got to get some playtest games in.
Yes, he does. That's a lot.
So, other than that, guys, my name's CJ.
I'm John.
That's John. And, you know, we'll see you here. Same great channel, same great time next week. Appreciate our Patreon supporters. Y'all are rocking it. We are saving up to get more stuff for the studio. So, once we get that, and we can do some maybe live feeds when we're in there too as well. All of us are in there talking and chatting it up, and just, you know, y'all can join in as we bash each other and talk about how awesome we are, or how awesome you guys are for watching us. So, other than that, guys, man, I do appreciate it. I know John does too as well.
Absolutely.
So we will see y'all next week, and have a safe weekend and get some games of 40K in AOS or whatever you want to play, Kill Team. But go out there and roll some dice and have some fun this weekend, guys. So we will see y'all next week.
Be safe.